Hello friends, now we are having unit 5th part 2 video which covers the topics depth buffer method or also called Z buffer method. In examinations you can have more any of the name like the Z buffer method or the depth buffer method. Also, we will discuss about the A buffer method and scanline method. This video is shoot at Shri Ram Murthy Smarak College of Engineering, Technology and Research, Bareilly, Uttar Pradesh, presented by Sachin Kumar Saxena, Assistant Professor, CSE Department. So, Z buffer method, also known as Z depth buffer method, proposed by Catmull in 1974, easy to implement. Z buffer is like a frame buffer contain depth. When viewing a picture containing non-transparent objects and surfaces, it is not possible to see those objects from view which are behind from the objects closer to eye. To get the realistic screen images, removal of these hidden surface is must. The identification and removal of these surface is called hidden surface problem. Z buffer, which is also known as depth buffer method, is one of the commonly used method for hidden surface detection. It is an image space method. Image space method are based on pixel to be drawn on a 2D. For these methods, the running time complexity is the number of pixels times number of objects, and the space complexity is 2 times the number of pixels because two arrays of pixels are required, one for frame buffer and other for the depth buffer. The Z buffer method compares two surface depths at each pixel position on the projection plane. Normally, z-axis is represented as the depth. The algorithm for the Z buffer method is quite simple. Z buffer method, it is an image space approach. Each surface is proposed separately, one pixel position at a time across the surface. The depth values for a pixel are compared and closure surface determines the color to be displayed in the frame buffer. Applied very efficiently on polygon surfaces, surfaces are processed in any order. So first of all, initialize the depth of each pixel, that is dij is equal to infinite maximum length. Initialize the color value for each pixel as Cij and background color. For each polygon, do the following step for each pixel in polygon's projection. Let's consider an example to understand the algorithm in a better way. Assume the polygon given is as below: xyz, 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 and this in starting assume depth of the each pixel is infinite. So this is space where we are having three objects in the same line or in the same center of projection. The three objects A, B, C are viewing from the same angle of projection. How do we ensure that closure polygons override further ones in general? So, in the Z buffer method, each surface is processed separately, one position at a time across the surface. After that, the depth value, that is the Z value for a pixel, are compared, and the closure surface determines the color to be displayed in frame buffer. The Z values the depth values are usually normalized to the range 0 1. Then the z is equal to 0. It is known as back clipping plane, and z is equal to 1. It is called as the front clipping plane. In the z buffer method, two buffers are used, frame buffer and depth buffer. The z coordinates depth values are usually normalized to the range 0 to 1. Calculation of the depth, as we know that the equation of the plane is ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0. This implies z is equal to minus ax plus by plus d upon c, where c cannot be equal to 0. Calculation of each depth could be very expensive, but the computation can be reduced to a single add per pixel by assuming an increment method as shown in below. So let's denote the depth of point A as z and B at z. The calculation of depth can be done by recording the plane equation of each polygon in the wing coordinate system and then using the incremental method to find the depth z. In the z, as we have described previously, that the z buffer algorithm initialize all dij is equal to 1, that is maximum depth, Cij is equal to background color for each polygon, for each pixel in polygon's projection. Find depth z of polygon at xy corresponding to pixel ij. If z is less than dij and Cij is equal to color is equal to end. So in the summary, it can be said that this approach compares surface depth at each pixel position on the projection plane. Object depth is usually measured from the view plane along the z-axis of a wing system. Calculating depth values efficiently, we know the depth values at the vertex. How can we calculate the depth at any other point on the surface of the polygon? Using the polygon surface equation, which is described as the z is equal to minus ax minus by minus d upon c, where c cannot be equal to 0. So the method is developed in such a way that in each surface is processed separately, one pixel position at a time across the surface. The depth values for a pixel are compared, and closest smallest surface determines the color to be displayed in the frame buffer. Calculating the depth value efficiently, the fonts are quite misplaced. Kindly consider these are minus ax plus 1 minus by up minus d upon c, where we can say that this is z minus a upon c. The depth value of the next position x plus 1 comma y on the scan line can be obtained using this equation. It is applied very efficiently on surfaces of polygon. Surfaces can be processed in any order. To override the closure polygons from the far ones, two buffers named frame buffer and depth buffer are used. So this is example of Z buffer example, where the first pixel is 075, second pixel in the 3D dimension or 3D space 675, and the third pixel is 015. So we have initiated the pixel value as infinity. All the values in the matrix will be initiated infinity, then these are changed into the value maximum value 5. So it is because it is very efficiently on surface of polygon. Surfaces can be processed in any order. To override the closure polygon From the far ones, two buffers named frame buffer and depth buffer are used. The z coordinates are usually normalized to range 0, 1. The 0 value for z coordinate indicates back clipping plane and 1 value for z coordinates indicate front clipping plane. So now we have updated the value of lower L value and lower values, and these are not parallel. So we have changed the value 5 to, that is 7, 6, 3, 2 as per their pixel values. So in the lower matrix or the cross square matrix, you can check the values also. They have changed the 5 values to 2, 5, 3, 7 and so on. The advantage, it is easy to implement. It reduces the speed problem if implemented in hardware. It processes one object at a time. It requires large memory. These are the disadvantages, and it is time consuming process. Depth buffer method says image space method. It is also called image space method. It is an image space approach. The basic idea is to test the z depth of each surface to determine the closest surface. The depth value for a pixels are compared and the closest smallest surface determining the color to be displayed. So this is very fast and easy technique for specifying visible surface. So for all pixel positions xy on the view plane, the surface along with the smallest z coordinate at each position is visible. For illustration, 3 surfaces S1, S2, S3. Out of that, surface S1 has the smallest z value at xy position. Hence, the surface S1 is visible at such position. Thus, at surface intensity value at xy is stored in the refresh buffer. This time, the projection is orthographic and the projection plane considered as the xy plane. So two buffers named frame buffer and depth buffer, which we have already discussed. The z coordinates are usually normalized to the range 0, 1. So depth buffer is used to store depth values for position as surface are processed. 0 is less than equal to depth is less than equal to 1. So for implementing z algorithm or method, two buffer areas or 2D arrays are needed: depth buffer, refresh buffer. So z buffer ij to store z value along the least z amongst the earlier z values for every xy position upon the view plane. Color for ij for storing intensity values for all positions. We summarize the steps of a depth buffer method for our algorithm. So these are the certain algorithm which is defined in the step 1. All position xy in the depth buffer are set to 1, or depth buffer is set to 0, and frame buffer xy is equal to background, which is having intensity. Z is equal to buffer xy and color xy is equal to background color. In the step 2, for every position in each polygon surface that is listed in the polygon table is after that processed is scan converted one scan line at a time, computing the depth that is z value at each xy pixel position. The computed depth is after that compared to the value previously stored in the depth buffer at such position to find out visibility. So in the depth buffer algorithm, using planar equation of a surface ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0, depth values for a surface position xy are calculated from the plane equation for each surface, that is z is equal to minus ax minus by minus d upon c. So the ratio minus a upon c is constant for all surfaces. Thus we can acquire succeeding depth values across a scan line from the previous values by a particular addition. On all scan line, we begin by calculating the depth on the left edge of the polygon which intersects such scan line, and then proceed to compute the depth at each successive position across the scan line from equation until we reach the right edge of the polygon. So there are certain advantages and disadvantages of this algorithm. So the advantages are, it is very easy to implement. It reduces the speed problem if implemented in hardware, where we have RAM problem, we have ROM problem, we have memory problem, primary memory, secondary memory, and so on. So in this scenario we are having the implementation, very quick implementation. It processes one object at a time because no parallel process and no parallel processing are done in this method. So what are the disadvantages? The drawbacks and loopholes are, it requires large memory because each pixel is calculated every time. The values in the frame buffer is stored, the information and the data is stored every time, and it is having so it needs very large memory. So fetching time will be increased, and the storing and the calculation execution time will be large. In this case, it is time consuming process because first it will fetch the data, it will execute the data, it will process the data, and it will require the data. Subsequent summarize that what are the advantage of rendering by patch splitting. So Z buffer algorithm, it's an expensive of frame buffer. Displays is always stored on frame buffer. Frame buffer stores frame buffer stores information of each and every pixel on the screen. Bits use 0 1 decide that the pixel will be on or off. If it is having value 0, then it is off. It is having value 1, it is on. Z buffer, apart from frame buffer, stores the depth of pixels. After analyzing the data of the overlapping polygons, pixel closer to the eye will be updated. Resolution of XY array XY. The Z buffer in hardware. Z buffer is the algorithm for choice for hardware implementation. Online algorithm, that is, we don't need to load all polygons at once in order to run algorithm. Doubles memory requirement at least, but memory is cheap, scale device dependent. So given set of polygon in image space, Z buffer set this frame buffer and Z buffer to a background value. Z buffer should be Z minimum, where Z minimum is the value. So to display polygon, decide which should be greater than equal to color, intensity and depth. It can convert it each polygon. For each pixel, find depth at that point. If ZXY greater than Z buffer XY, update Z buffer XY, it means which is value of ZXY and frame buffer. This process will repeat for each pixel. So it is one of the commonly used method for hidden surface detection. It is an space method, and the complexity is the number of pixels times number of objects, and the space complexity is 2 times the number of pixels, because 2 array of pixels are required, one for frame buffer and the other for depth buffer. So by this way we can remove hidden lines and display those polygons which are closer to I. So x star y space required to maintain z buffer xy times will be again expensive in terms of time and space, as space is very large. We are having two surfaces S dash and S on the xy plane, so we are having green areas which is forward and backward also. So z buffer method compares surface depth at each pixel position on the projection plane. Normally z axis is represented as the depth. The algorithm for the z buffer method is defined. So these two planes can be differentiated with each other because it stores the nearest depth for per each pixel relative from the camera. If another triangle is rasterized and has a depth less than the current depth buffer value, it is accepted. If its depth is greater, it is rejected. This is called a depth test. So these are the pseudocode for the depth buffer. You store the current depth of each pixel in the image in addition to other pixel info. The fully paint each graphic element pixel by pixel, where an image pixel is updated only if its depth is more than that of the new pixel. So new point is not further, draw polygons, clear frame buffer and z buffer. Such operations are done in this algorithm. So here we have scanline z buffer algorithm. So in the scanline algorithm, it is an image space algorithm for identifying visible surfaces. Computes and compare depth values along the various scan lines for scenes. We have scan line 1, scan line 2 and scan line 3. So it uses the concept area of the coherence. This algorithm records the edge list, active edge list, so accurate bookkeeping is necessary. The edge list or the edge table contain the coordinate of two endpoints. As active edge list AEL contain as a given scan line intersect during two sweep. The active edge list AEL should be sorted in increasing order of X. AEL is dynamic, growing and shrinking. Scanning takes place row by row to facilitate the search for surfaces crossing a given scan line. An active list of edges is formed for each scan line as it is processed. The active list stores only those edges that cross the scan line in order to increasing X. Pixel positions across each scan line are processed from right to left. We only need to perform depth calculations in scan line z buffer X, where earlier it was X star Y. So scan line can deal with multiple surfaces. As each scan line is processed, this line will intersect many surfaces. The intersecting line will determine each surface is visible. Depth calculation for each surface is done. The surface rear to view plan is defined. Then the visibility of a surface is determined. Then intensity value is entered into refresh buffer. Use z buffer for only one scan line, one row of pixel. During scan conversion is active as list AEL calculating Z, X, Y. The pixel info between 1 and 2 active edges will only be stored. Next pixel will be stored at as Z is equal to Z1 plus delta Z. Delta Z will be constant but can change anywhere in the case of slope. If ZXY is greater than Z buffer X, update value. If two polygons are presented along with active as list, active polygon list will also be included. Active polygon list of polygon intersecting a scan line. A buffer method. The A buffer method expands on the depth buffer method to allow transparency. The key data structure in the A buffer method is accumulation buffer. A buffer method in computer graphics is a general hidden space detection mechanism suited to medium scale virtual memory computers. This method is also known as anti-aliased or area average or accumulation buffer. This method extends the algorithm of depth buffer or Z buffer method, as the depth buffer method can only be used for opaque object but not for transparent object. The A buffer method provides advantage in this scenario. Although the A buffer method requires more memory, but different surface colors can be correctly composed using it. Being a descendant of the Z buffer algorithm, each position in the buffer can reference a linked list of surface. Each position in a buffer has two fields. Depth field, it stores a positive or negative real number, and intensity field, it stores surface intensity information or a pointer. Depth is greater than or equal to 0, RGB and other info. Depth is less than 0, surface 1, information, surface 2, the information and the link to the other information, and then the surface 3 information with the link to the other surface. So now if depth is greater than or equal to 0, the number stored at that position is the depth of a single surface overlapping the corresponding pixel area. The intensity field then stored the RGB components of the surface color at that point and the percentage of pixel coverage. If depth is less than 0, it indicates multiple surface contributions to the pixel intensity. The intensity field then stores a pointer to a linked list of surface data. The surface buffer in the A buffer includes RGB intensity components, opacity parameter, depth, percentage of area coverage, surface identifier, and so on. The algorithm proceeds just like the depth buffer algorithm. The depth and opacity values are used to determine the final color of pixel. A scan line method can be defined in certain area that the values are defined in the scan line, because it is very rendering, scan line rendering. Also scan line rendering and scan rendering is an algorithm for a visible surface determination in 3D computer graphics that works on a row by row basis rather than a polygon by polygon or pixel by pixel basis. Here we are having three lines: scan line 1, scan line 2, scan line 3. The main advantage of this method is that sorting vertex along the normal of the scanning planes reduce the number of comparisons between edges. It is an image space method to identify visible surface. This method has depth information for only single scale or single scan line. The main memory is often very slow compared to the link between the central processing unit and cache memory, and thus avoiding re-accessing vertex in main memory can provide a substantial speed up. This kind of algorithm can be easily integrated with many other graphics techniques such as Font reflection model and Z-buffer algorithm. The usual method starts with edges of projected polygons inserted into buckets, one per scan line. The rasterizer maintains an active edge table. Two important are table and vertex table and the edge table. Polygon surface tables are defined here. A scanline method to facilitate the search for surface crossing a given scan line. An active list of edge is formed. The active list stores only those edges that cross the scan line in order to increasing X. Also, a flag is set for each surface to indicate whether a position along a scan line is either inside or out. Pixel positions across each scan line are processed from left to right. At the left intersection with a surface, the surface flag is turned on. At the right, and the flag is turned off. You only need to perform depth calculations when multiple surfaces have their flags turned on at a certain scan line position. The active list for scan line 1 contains information from the edge table for edges AB, BC, EH and FG. For positions along this scan line between edges AB and BC, only the flag for surface S1 is on. Therefore, no depth calculations are necessary, and intensity information for surface S1 is entered from the polygon table. Similarly, between edges EH and FH, EH and FG, only the flag for surface S2 is on. EH and FG surface 2 is on. No other position along scan line 1 intersect surface, so the intensity values in the other area is having different. For scan lines 2 and 3, figure given, the active edge list contains edges AD, EH and BC and FG along scan line 2 from edge AD to edge EH. Only the flag for surface S1 is on. Depth calculation must be made using the plane coefficients for the two surfaces. For this example, the depth of surface S1 is assumed to be less than that of S2. So intensities for surface S1 are loaded into the reference buffer until boundary BC is encountered. Then the flag for surface S1 goes off and intensities for surface S2 is stored. So in this lecture we have studied scanline algorithm, A buffer algorithm, Z buffer algorithm or depth buffer algorithm. Regarding these, if you are having any query, then contact me at sachin.saxena@srms.ac.in. This is my official email ID. You can visit my blog sachinplacement.blogspot.com in order to find out the university question paper, quiz and other study material, handwritten notes there. You can also find out the other subjects like principle of programming language, image processing, DA design analysis algorithm and data structure, artificial intelligence and advanced MATLAB, Python, Gate software. So this is the blog where you can find out the handwritten notes there. Thank you very much. Thanks for today.